Good morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace inside the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we're on page 49, and today's lesson is called Lacklusterous Laughing. Here we go. Buckle up. Why did Sarah laugh? Here we go. The Torah in Parshas Vayera relates how the angels promised Abraham what was going to have? A son. My neighbor just on the block yesterday just had twin boys. Baruch Hashem. A double bris coming up. So he's going to have a son within the year. So from inside her tent, who heard? Sarah. And what did she do when she heard? She laughed. Can you imagine? This angel's coming down and telling them they're going to have a kid. They were so old. Not only that, but she was literally born, the Midrashim say, with no womb inside her. That means she was physically incapable of having kids. It wasn't that she was just old. She was missing the parts necessary in order to become that mother. So, she started laughing. It's crazy. Unbelievably hilarious. Hashem reprimands Abraham. Hashem has come to him, and you know what he says to Abraham? Hey, yo, buddy, why in the world did Sarah laugh? Why did she not believe in my ability to give her a child, despite her old age? So, it seems like a very silly question, right? If your wife goes and comes over to my house, and she steals a salt shaker and puts it in her pocket, and then I go to the house where they're both living, and I say to the husband, hey, buddy, yo, why in the world did your wife steal my salt shaker? What would you tell me? People will say, what are you telling me? What are you asking me for? First of all, I have no clue she took it. And second of all, if you know she took it, why don't you ask her? I have no idea. Why did Hashem reprimand Abraham? Our sages tell us, Sarah was a prophet too. She was like a big prophetess. And even on a loftier level than he was. Women are much more, in general, spiritual and connected than we are. That's why we have many more commandments, because we have to try to get to our level, up to even what they're at. Why did Hashem not reveal himself directly to her? Dude, just ask her why she laughed. What are you going to Avram for? Yeah, I understand you have a connection with Avram, you talk to Avram, but she's even on a higher level. You can talk to her directly. She can handle it. She'll tell you whatever it is. Why go to him when she did something wrong? It seems ridiculous. What are you bothering me for? A normal husband in this day and age would say, what, are you kidding me? Stop, don't bother me. Go ask her. Don't go talk to her. Leave me alone. Don't involve me with your problems with her. Can you imagine one of her friends has an issue with your wife, and then she comes to you and say, hey, why did your wife say that about me? Why are you getting me involved in your stupidity and your gossip? You want to deal with her? Go talk to her directly. What do you have to involve me for? Exactly what is going on here with Hashem, Avram, and Sarah. So, obviously, from this lesson, that Hashem went to Avram, it should be as clear as day. There should be no doubt in your mind from this understanding that every single thing a wife does must, by definition, be rooted in her husband. Or there's no way God would have ever wanted to Avram. You hear? Crazy lesson. It makes no sense otherwise. Although we have no concept of Avram and Sarah's legacy and their legendary spiritual plateau at their level, the highness that they were at, the way that they lived, her laughter alone, a simple laugh, was a reflection of a slight blemish in emunah, in faith, in belief in God. Because if she believed it 100% and knew that it was real, why in the world would she laugh? Seems crazy. There was some doubt, some sliver inside the body that was reflected from the soul of the emunah, and not emunah on her part. Hello, wake up. It's not her that we're doubting. It's his spiritual level, Abraham himself, that we're saying had something wrong deep inside him, that his wife was able to express it that way. Look at the root where it's coming from. This explains exactly, so beautifully, so carefully why Hashem reprimanded Avraham for something that Sarah, his wife, did. You hear that? It's nuts, the story. Her manifest flaw was actually nothing other than his that was being expressed. Right? The next time you hear your wife say something that might sound a little inappropriate, some comment that is a little rude, or a little lashon hara, some evil speech that she says, do not get ready to respond. Do not have that ticker ready to alarm to go off. Rather, recognize responsibility of yourself to reflect. What have I not said nicely today, yesterday, the past week? What speech should I be cleaning up? What do I have to do to learn to guard my tongue a little bit better and to speak about others more nicely? If something is being said, where is this energy stemming from? Where is this coming from? What is it rooted in that I can fix to be better, to understand why this is here and where it's coming from in the first place? It's amazing. You see the story exactly in the Torah, right in the Bible, that we have to learn from and live from. It's not just a story that we read. It's what in the world are we supposed to understand from this, and what is our take-home message to make it real, to make that Torah be alive every day. It's not just a history book. It's a living DNA that forms us, and we have to understand what we're supposed to take away from it at all times. So we have the sun, and we have the moon, as we talked about 10,468 times already. According to Kabbalah, an important principle of creation is that, by definition, what is male? Giver or taker? What is male? What are you supposed to do in a relationship as a man? Be the
giver.
Thank you. Be the giver. Be the one who is always the one to open your hand, to be there for the other person. And by definition, a female is receptive. A female is the one who takes from the one who gives. The husband resembles the sun, the absolute, ultimate, infinite potential energy. How much light, how much warmth, how many rays come out from the sun every single day. And the moon is able to receive it. The moon is able to shine because of the light that the sun is giving forth. When you have an eclipse and the sunlight is blocked, the moon becomes invisible. You cannot see anything. There's nothing to reflect. The moon does not have a light source in and of itself. Remember that. The moon does not have inside to be able to give out. It receives in order to reflect exactly that energy from the sun. She has no light of her own, that moon. The only light that has is what shines upon her. Therefore, if you see darkness, it is a sign of insufficient illumination. A husband who fails to work on himself. A guy who is not improving his character traits. You cannot say you're good, and you've been good for the past week, month, year, or the last 20 years of your life. You are always necessitatively required to improve your characteristics, your midos, every single day. There is not a day that goes by that you should not be reflecting and thinking, what have I done? What have I done wrong? Or even if I have not been doing something negative, what can I do to improve, to become better today? What can be my mission today? Look at yourself and say, how can I be better today? Better than I was yesterday, even then. And then that person who does not do that cannot possibly shine the light onto his wife that she needs in order to glow, in order to grow. Since the husband, by definition, is the giver, the male in the relationship, what does he have to give her? He has to give her honor. He has to grant her warmth from the sun, like the sun gives to the moon. He has to give her love. He has to give her joy. He has to give her security in the house. He has to be her alarm that she knows she feels safe every single night. He must be a living example of Amunah, of foundational faith for her. But when a husband comes home looking for a handout, demanding You must respect me. He wants understanding. He wants attention. When he walks in, he wants her to stand up. He wants her to say, hey, honey, nice to hear from you. How was your day? If she was on the phone with her friend, when he walks in the door, hang up! What are you doing? I just walked in. Why are you not giving me attention? Why are you not talking to me? You've been talking to your friend for the past hour. Now I come home, and you're not going to talk to me? You're not going to say, hello, husband? I love you. How's your day? I need her to respect me, and I demand for her to give me attention. Isn't that nice? Isn't that the proper thing that she's supposed to do, being a loving wife? When I walk home, she's supposed to say, hi, how are you? How's your day? Get off the phone if I'm talking to you. Where is my respect? Then he assumes the spiritual characteristics of a, what is he doing? What is he becoming? If he demands that, if he asks for that,
a receiver.
He's becoming a girl.
A receiver.
A little girl,
Taker.
a pansy, a female. He's putting on the skirt and wearing the makeup in that moment in his life, in his relationship with his wife. Even though a woman can be beautiful and be wonderful and many times give to her husband, she can do that. You know what? This is the outcome of Hashem's desire to give him a pat on the back and say, you know what? You've been doing good. You know what? You've accomplished a beautiful amount today. And that will be encouragement for him to want to do more good and to be more amazing. Right? If you want your wife to be with you, do not ask her over and over and over and over again, because that will push her further and further away. You be good to her, you give to her, you show your love, you show everything, and then guess what? She'll want to give you back more, because that'll be an outpouring of a desire to be able to give back because of all the great energy that you've given to her. Never require, never demand. Always be the one to show loving kindness and to be giving in the relationship. And with that, have an audaciously amazing rest of your day. Dun, 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 dun.